the campus of Utah State, where tonight the Aggies will try to upset one of the great volleyball programs in the nation. All-American Kanani Danielson and the 5th-ranked Rainbow Wahine have been dominant in conference and could be on the road to a very special season. Late night volleyball from the WAC is next. Meet the challenge. That's the credo here at Utah State, and it's what the Aggies will have to do here tonight as we get set for WAC volleyball. And number 5 Hawaii taking on Utah State. As we take a look at the WAC standings, no surprises. Hawaii sits up top. They are undefeated in conference play. But Utah State tied for the 6th spot with Fresno State, still trying to find a position in the standings. And hello, everyone. I'm Krista Blunk, along with former USC captain Kelly Tennant. And Kelly, Hawaii has multiple options for their offense, but Kanani Danielson is their main go-to.
She is the go-to for Hawaii. She is a standout outside hitter, and not only is she getting a ton of sets in the front row, but she's also getting a lot of sets in the back row, which has opened up their offense. And this year, she has stepped into a huge leadership role, and as of late, making some great efforts for Hawaii. Definitely a game changer.
Well, for Utah State, when you're facing a team like Hawaii, you have to have a lot of confidence. And this is a team that started out 11-0 non-conference play, but they've had their struggles as of late in WAC play.
They have. They've been struggling, and they need to get some wins under their belt to get in the top 6 to make it into the WAC tournament. And in order to do that, they need to rely on Liz MacArthur. She's their junior outside hitter, and she has been the reason they've been playing well even early in this season. They need some great performance out of her tonight in the front row and the back.
Well, Liz MacArthur will definitely be a factor in this starting lineup for Utah State, but they'll also have a big surprise. Shea Sorensen, just a sophomore at the opposite spot. There's Liz MacArthur on the outside. Jocelyn White as well on the outside. And then Katie Astle in the middle, as well as Chantel Durant. And there's Grayson DuBose in his 5th season at Utah State. The head coach, he's the winningest coach at Utah State as well. On the other side for Hawaii, their starting lineups look like this. On the opposite, Chantil Satelli, Michelle Weber, a freshman in the starting lineup, Kanani Danielson, Brittany Hewitt, Emily Hartong, and then setting Danny Mafua and the libero, Elizabeth Tahue. Head coach for Hawaii is Dave Shoji in his 36th season. He is the winningest active Division I coach with 1,034 wins. Cannot say enough about this coach and what he has done for women's volleyball. Danielson takes a little bit off. Free ball to Hawaii. Mafua to Danielson. That one goes in, and set number 1 goes to Hawaii.
She may not play well in the entire first set, but if you want to finish something, give her the ball.
That's who you go to. So Hawaii, a slow start for that player right there, Kanani Danielson, but when you want the big finish, get it to her. Hawaii up 1-0. Telly has just been explosive and straight down. Utah State really hasn't had an answer for her.
Well, you don't want to leave the net open when Satelli goes up to hit the ball. You have to have at least one blocker up there. And I think they're making the mistake of trying to focus on Hewitt and the other hitters, but they need to make sure they're up on Satelli every time.
They enlist her at 5'10". You talked about her size. But now it's up to multiple players for Utah State, and that time Katie Astle, the 6'1" senior. 4 seniors for this Utah State team, a team that had high expectations. Most of these players stayed in the offseason to train and work out together, but they have had a roller coaster ride in WAC play, trying to find that team chemistry. Down the line, Shea Sorensen with the point. And there you see how the season started for Grayson DuBose's team. 11-0 in non-conference play. Since then, 4-6. How big would this one be for them?
This would be huge, and even if you don't win this type of match, if you can take a set off of Hawaii, that's a huge confidence builder because no one else is doing that right now.
You are absolutely right. Dave Shoji's team has swept their last 8 opponents in WAC play. You get a set, you start playing with their minds just a little bit.
Well, I think this is the
Number 5, Hawaii up over Utah State here on Utah State's home floor. And Hawaii is a team that has found a way to win year in and year out. We look at the history of this program back in 1982. Kelly, you probably don't remember that year, but I do. And it was a championship for this Hawaii team and Dave Shoji's team. How about 83? Why not another one? Back-to-back champs. Only one of 6 teams to be able to do that. And then again, 1987, the championship. A team that makes it to the tournament every year but one. They haven't won the championship in quite some time. Dave Shoji, his 36th season, every year has had a winning season and over 1,000 career wins. And number 5, Hawaii up over Utah State, 2-0 here at the break. And we are being joined now by the head coach of Utah State, Coach DuBose. And Coach, your team was right in this, both sets. Numbers off a little bit for your big gun, Liz MacArthur. What can you guys do to get her back into this?
I think the big thing for her is she just got to keep swinging, and we have to make sure we're covering a little bit. That's what she does best. She just goes and bangs away. So if we can get her to kind of find a seam here or there, find a sharp angle, then I think she's going to catch fire here.
Coach, what did you say coming out of that break? They were so excited in the beginning of the first set. Do they have that excitement back that you can work with?
They do. They feel like they're playing well. It's just Hawaii's good, and so we have to play a little bit better now.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
He knows his team is right there. It's just a couple of numbers here or there as we look at the stats. Kills numbers, Utah State catching up just a little bit. That was definitely off. Hitting percentage, probably not where they want, but I'm sure Hawaii not thrilled with 205 either.
Both teams are doing a lot better with getting those kills, and they've limited their errors a little more. And you see Hawaii with 9 blocks, Utah State with 6. Utah State has to get some more blocks here in this third set if they want to compete. But 205 against 122 hitting percentage, you can't really do much with that. You have to get some more kills and get the passing so that you can open up that offense.
Chantil Satelli has really been the story for Hawaii. They tried to go to Kanani Danielson. Brittany Hewitt hasn't really been working. Satelli says, I'll take it, and she is hitting 600 so far.